Guys, before we move ahead and we start learning the technical, things about this whole boot camp, first let me introduce you about myself. So I'm Siddhant. Academically I have completed my MTech from VIT Vellore with a CGPA of 9, and after that, professionally I have 8 years of experience, more than 8 years of experience. And in these 8 years of experience, I have worked in different technologies ranging from Java to Siebel CRM, ASP.NET, and Salesforce as well. And apart from that, there are a few more like SQL Server, Oracle Server, all these things. Then I have also in these eight plus years of experience, I have worked in different capacities ranging from administrator. When I was a rookie like you, I have also done a job of administrator. Then I became a developer. Then I became a consultant. And after that, I am now I am training people. So far, I have trained more than 400 people, and I have paved their way in the Salesforce ecosystem. And trust me, all of them are doing pretty well with a decent jobs, with a decent, packages in the industry. So this is about me. And after that, now let's get started without investing any more time. And let us talk about, this whole bootcamp. Our agenda is to introduce you with the concept of Salesforce ecosystem. So as far as the associate bootcamp is concerned, see, this whole certification of associate is a very basic certification. Okay. So earlier, in the beginning, when people used to come, they used to go for the certification, which is called as Salesforce admin certification. Okay. But since the admin certification is bit intense, so at some times it used to become higher for it used to become bit heavier for the newcomers. So what Salesforce did, Salesforce said that okay, we are going to come up with a new certification which is just going to be a bridge. Okay, which is just going to be a bridge for a newcomer. So this mainly talks about how your whole Salesforce application works. Okay, what is the basic points of the Salesforce ecosystem, how exactly you are going to navigate in the system, so on and so forth. So all these things we are going to discuss. We will be talking about the fundamentals of Salesforce platform, the essential functions, and how exactly where can you configure the things, and the foundation of the course. Fine. Now after that, as I was telling you, that this is nothing but a very basic certification which we have in Salesforce. And any person, any rookie who comes to Salesforce with, even if you have the knowledge of IT, even if you have some knowledge with respect to you have some technical background, you have done engineering, or you have done some kind of technical course, or even if you have not done that, trust me when I say this associate bootcamp is so simple that just with the, as Pankaj was saying, that just a 2-3 weeks of effort, and you will be able to clear the certification. And not only clear the certification, but also you will get to know the basic functionality of this application. What is the meaning of the Salesforce application? What are the different clouds which we have in Salesforce? And so this whole certification is meant for that. In the certification, you'll be first, the 32% of the certification is consisting about the Salesforce ecosystem knowledge. Then how exactly you can navigate from one page to another, one application to another. What is the app launcher? What are the different tabs, etc. Then there is something called as a data model, which consists of 25%, and the reports and dashboard as well. I'm going to take care of each and every module, so you don't have to bother about anything. As in the slide, they say that, just sit, relax, and enjoy the trip. I would say that just sit, relax, and enjoy your learning. You just have to pay the attention and everything will be sorted for you. All right. Now, let's move forward and let us talk about Salesforce ecosystem. Now, when I say ecosystem, Salesforce ecosystem is nothing but consisting of two different things. Number one, that what are the customers of Salesforce, okay? And number two, who are the Salesforce partners? These two things, number one and number two, along with the Salesforce software or Salesforce tool, makes the entire Salesforce ecosystem. Now, you guys must be wondering that, those of you who come from a non-IT background, you must be thinking that what is a Salesforce customer, right? Now see, in a real time, when you go to some grocery shop, or when you go to some, some outlet for purchasing some clothes or something like that, in that case, for example, let's say here you are, and you went to purchase a car, let's say some Audi car or some BMW, some Mercedes. Now, in that case, if Peter has gone to purchase the car, Peter becomes a customer for Audi or for BMW, yes or no? So in a similar way, what all companies or whatever the companies are using, whether they are small in size, they are big in size, they are MSMEs, doesn't matter. All the companies who are using the Salesforce software, they are nothing but the Salesforce customer. I hope it is clear to all of you, right? They are nothing but the Salesforce customer. In a similar way, how Peter was paying for Audi car, in a similar way, all these companies who are using Salesforce software, they are going to pay Salesforce for using the Salesforce service, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're using something, if you're using their platform, if you're using their softwares, you are supposed to pay, right? You are required to pay. So all these guys are nothing but the customers of Salesforce. Now, second thing, who are the Salesforce partners? Salesforce partners are the developers, administrators, or any other profession, any other professional who is working on this platform for the Salesforce customer. Because just imagine that, let's say, somebody, a company, let's say, let me take some company's name here, let's say Cisco. Now, let's say Cisco has purchased the software software of Salesforce. Now, Cisco as a company requires individuals, right? Requires people, requires professional who have the knowledge of this particular tool, this particular ecosystem, and who can work on this particular platform to deliver the product or to deliver the solution. Let's say, just imagine that, now in this case, there is a guy or there is a company, again, the same company, Cisco. Let's say Cisco has taken the software of Salesforce. They have the platform, they have the software, and they want to make some kind of modification in the application. Now, in that case, if they do not have a professional who have a knowledge of Salesforce, whether it is an admin or developer or any other professional of Salesforce ecosystem, they will not be able to do much about the application, right? They will not be able to take the best benefit of the application. Therefore, the Salesforce partners or the professionals like you and me are must who are going to work on these platform, this tool, in order to deliver a best product or the customized solution for the customer. I hope it is clear to all of you, right? Now, Salesforce economy, as Pankaj has rightly pointed it out, that by 2025, Salesforce is going to create 4.2 million jobs across the world, and it is one of the growing CRMs which we have in the current market. So I have worked in the different CRMs as well. I have worked in the civil CRM for a long time, and trust me when I say this, it is not only the growing CRM, but it is also equally rewarding in terms of your pace, in terms of the opportunities, etc. And at the same time, it is quite easy to the legacy CRMs like civil CRM, PeopleSoft, Sugar CRM, etc. All these CRMs are quite difficult, sometimes to implement the logic, implement the functionality. But as far as the Salesforce CRM is concerned, it is way easier than any other CRM. The only reason which makes the Salesforce CRM as the best CRM is the kind of efficiency which Salesforce brings for the user, and all the features which Salesforce have. Trust me, at least 50% of the things or 50% of the customers need can be achieved without writing even a one line of code. So I have seen that people, sometimes, guys who come from a non-IT background, they will be scared about on the coding. They will be bothered about, I have never write a single line of code in my life. Will I be able to survive in the industry? Will I be able to thrive in the industry? Not only survive, you will thrive also without even writing the code, because Salesforce offers you multiple paths, multiple ways by which you can build your career, and not every profile requires a coding. Okay. Now, as far as the career options are concerned, let me quickly take you to this particular slide. You can see there is a role which is called a Salesforce administrator, Salesforce architect, Salesforce developer, Salesforce consultant. Marketing careers are there, service careers are there, business analyst, and sales careers. Now, whatever suits you, whatever is matching based on your your experience, or based on your interest, you can go ahead for that. Okay. Now, what are these careers? Let me introduce you briefly. For example, Salesforce administrator career. Now, as the name itself says, this guy is going to manage the things. This guy is going to manage the Salesforce org. Okay. I have introduced a new term here called as Salesforce org. What is org? For a time being, just understand it like this, that there is going to be one place, you can say one website from where you are going to manage everything, the whole application. And the person who manages this is called as Salesforce administrator. Now, again, this job is this job requires no coding at all. You don't have to write even a one line of code. Everything is just point and click. Understand it like this. For example, everyone has a system. You may be having a MacBook, you may be having a Windows machine. In Windows machine or in MacBook, we generally do not write a code until unless you are a coder, right? Let's say if you want to make some setting related change in the system, you can simply go ahead and do it with the help of point and click tools. Yes or no? Now, all these things can be done in Salesforce also, and the person who does this is generally a system administrator or Salesforce administrator. Now, for Salesforce administrator, these are the responsibilities. Configuring the system, you just have to do certain changes with the help of point and click tools. Talk to the stakeholders, talk to the business guys, and do some analysis, maintain the system, user maintenance, and system adoption. Simple. How many years of experience you need in order to become a Salesforce administrator? Only 6 to 12 months of experience. If you have a good knowledge of Salesforce Trailhead, if you have completed the certification of admin, then 6 months of knowledge in Salesforce administration will let you land in a Salesforce administrator career. Okay. And the salary ranges from this much to this much based on the geographies. The certification, which is must, first and foremost, for which we are learning right now, that is Associate Certification. It is a bridge, it is a basic certification. After that, you have to go for a Salesforce Administrator certification, which is again a very basic, because just some time back, this certification did not exist, and this was not in the existence. So Salesforce initially, all of us, all the previous professional, all the experienced rookies, all the guys have completed, have begun with the Salesforce Administrator certification. But now Salesforce has introduced the basic and the beginner level certification as well. So first you have to do this, second this one. After that, you can go ahead for these two as well. So in Salesforce ecosystem, always remember guys that the more certifications you have and the more knowledge you have, your chances are going to be better. Whether you go for a development part or you go for an administrator path, you go for a sales path or service path. In every path, we have got various certifications, and the more certifications you have, the better chances and the better options you will have. Now, this was Salesforce administrator. After that, Salesforce developer. Now, this is a person who is going to write a code. Okay, who's going to write a code? Understand it like this: that let's say I have one by default functionality. All of us have a bank accounts, right? And when you go to open the bank account, what happens? As soon as your bank account is open, immediately you are going to get a welcome email. So no, a customer is going to get a welcome email. Now imagine that along with the welcome email, you want to do certain other tasks as well. For example, you want to send some mail to the branch also. You want to send some mail to the, let's say if it is a minor, then in that case, you want to send a mail to the parents also, parents of the kid. And one email you could say, let's say you can, you can send one email with the help of welcome email, and the administrator can do that. But if this functionality is not available by default, if this functionality is not available with the help of point and click tool, then in that case, you can write a code for the same. Okay, you can write a code for the same, and the code is going to be written by a person who is called as a developer. Okay, so every developer is the person who has a knowledge of admin, because by default, a developer, in order to go for a developer, you should have a knowledge of certain key concepts of admin. Okay, because admin is a basic thing. So when you have the knowledge of admin, any developer who writes the code will know that what things are possible with the help of admin, and what things are not possible with the help of admin knowledge. So this is the person who writes the code. Certainly writing a code will take some effort. Therefore, the pays are also higher. Experience is needed for 1 to 2 years, and the certifications which are needed in this case is Salesforce admin certification, Salesforce platform developer 1, and after that you can go for JavaScript developer, you can go for certified app builder, you can go for platform developer 2 as well. So based on your interest, you can go ahead for the certifications. Let me tell you, if you want to go for this certification, admin is not must. Okay, as of now, admin is not must. You can directly even go for a platform developer 1 certification, but generally people go for administrator certification because it is a basic thing. Okay, And if you have the admin certification along with the PD1, again, your chances will be better as compared to others who do not have the other certifications. All right. Now, again, let me tell you one thing here, that all these certifications are not needed to be covered right in the beginning. These certifications you are going to cover, or you are going to earn over the period of time. So let's say if someone has got 3-4 years of experience, then you can imagine that okay, he will have the admin also, he will have the developer also, he will have a JavaScript also, at least couple of certifications, right? Now, next one is Salesforce consultant certification or consultant career. Now, see here, let's say I have a company called, let's say some company, I'm taking the name of, let's say BMW, and BMW is using a Salesforce software, okay? And BMW has given its project to some service-based company, let's say TCS. And now in this case, the customers are nothing but BMW, right? Customers are nothing but the BMW. Their software is being developed and managed by a company called TCS. Now, in this case, see here, if in the TCS, there are technical guys who are sitting, right? They know how to work with the Salesforce software. And in BMW, which is a client, here, there are guys who know the business, okay? Who know the business. Now, if they want to communicate, if BMW guys wants to communicate with TCS guys who are purely technical, then these guys are not technical, right? These guys are not technical. They are only having the functional knowledge. That is the knowledge about the business, that what they want. Like, for example, there should be one page. On that page, there should be certain fields, certain columns where I'm going to put the data. There will be one button. If I click on that button, then it should open another page like that. So basically, the BMW guys have the functional knowledge. Okay, what kind of functionalities they want. Whereas the TCS guys are only having the technical knowledge, right? Now, in this case, we need a bridge. We need someone who knows about the functionality also, and at the same time, who knows about the technical aspect also. Okay, who knows about the functionality also, who knows about the technical aspect also. And if such person do not exist, then what these guys are saying, what the functional guys are saying, will not be understood by the technical guys, and what technical guys are saying will not be understood by the functional guys. So what we need a bridge in between. And this bridge is nothing but a persona called as consultant. Okay, so consultant fills the gap between the technical team and the functional team. He fills the gap. I hope you guys are clear with this, right? Now, again, since this is something which requires a certain amount of knowledge, therefore the experience is a bit higher here. So is the pay. So the experience required here is 2+ years, as well as the pay is also higher as compared to developer, as well as the administrator. Certifications which we do for the consultancy requires the certification of business analyst. Then based on what criteria, based on in which stream you are interested, whether it is sales, service, experience cloud, etc., you can go for different cloud certifications. Then comes the career of solution architect as well as the technical architect. See here, solution architect is going to take care of certain solutions. He's going to suggest the solution, and his main job is to make the scalable, give the scalable solution to the business. Okay. Again, the experience is needed for more than 5 years. Salaries are higher. Certifications which are needed: the PD1, app builder, data architecture management, sharing visibility, etc. Okay. Now I'm telling you all these things, but please do not get do not get bothered or do not get overwhelmed, because these certifications we are going to earn over the period of time. Okay. So right on a day one, you are not going to become a technical consultant or a solution consultant. Okay. So the technical architect, again, executive level post, 5+ years of experience is needed. Salaries are this much. Certifications which are needed are this much. These guys who are technical consultant, technical architect, they are basically going to talk about how whole business can be revamped, how the whole business functioning can be improved. Okay, what kind of changes we can bring in the system. So that is nothing but a job of technical architect. Then in this journey, some resources which are going to be very useful for you and which you must use. First and foremost is a Trailhead, which is called as the repository of knowledge given by Salesforce itself. Okay, so Salesforce has given made one site, which you will get every knowledge where you can practice as well. I will be showing you where exactly we can open this, how exactly we can create the account here. So we can practice our knowledge here. We can do certain quizzes, and when we complete certain when we complete certain tasks, we are going to get certain points as well. So in the demonstration, I will be showing you where exactly we can do this. Then we have the saasguru platform, as Pankaj was demonstrating you, that we have a saasguru platform which have a flashcards, we have the learning material, we have the quizzes. Combine these things combined together, are the awesome tool or awesome place from where you can learn so much. Then we have something called as a developer org, which I will be creating and I will be showing you. As I was telling you earlier, org is a place where we do our coding, where we do our configuration, right? So that is nothing but a developer org. Then we have a Trailblazer community. Trailblazer community is nothing but a place where we can talk to our fellow, trailblazers, to our fellow, employees who are working in Salesforce, who are working in different companies. And since, it's a kind of cohort, it's a kind of, community, therefore, multiple people can come and they can share their knowledge. We have the community groups as well. This is based on locations. So let's say if you are in India, if you are in USA, based on your location, based on your city, you can form a group and those groups will have meeting. There will be also a knowledge sharing and they will help you as and when needed. We have a Salesforce help also. If you get stuck somewhere, then with the help of Salesforce help, you can fix your problem. You can get to see the solution of your problem. So that is nothing but a Salesforce help. Idea exchange is the place where we exchange the ideas. I will be showing you all these from where we can access all these things. And apart from that, you can also follow the saasguru LinkedIn profile, because here also we will keep on posting certain important things, certain important information, all the changes which Salesforce brings in as and when needed, we will be posting here. Fine. Now let me move forward and let me ask you if you guys have any questions so far, please let me know. If not, now I will jump into this particular concept of cloud computing and I will tell you what exactly is Salesforce. All right, so I believe there are no questions. Ekta, is there any question in the live meeting? Anything in the other channels?
We do not have any questions as of now.
Great, fine. All right, guys. So now let me tell you about Salesforce. And from here, pay attention and see what exactly is a cloud computing. Now, all of you must have heard that so many times we say that Salesforce is a cloud software, right? Salesforce is a cloud-based CRM, right? Now, one of the main fact that why Salesforce excelled and why other systems could not, why other legacy CRM systems could not, is the very fact that other CRMs were the on-premise CRMs, okay? They were on-premise CRMs, whereas Salesforce was based on cloud. Now, what is the meaning of cloud? Just understand it like this, that all of us have access to gmail.com, right? Now, just think over it, guys. Have we ever bothered about setting up the server of Gmail? Did we ever install the software for Gmail? We never did that, right? Just give me 1 minute. We never bothered about the server. Where exactly is the server of Gmail? What all technologies have been used for building this server? Did we ever bother that, how exactly they are going to be maintained? No. We are just hitting the URL of the gmail.com. And as soon as we hit that, immediately we are going to access our Gmails. Now, these things which is happening, this thing do not require any kind of software installation, any kind of infra installation at my premise, right? And that's the same thing which is applicable to Salesforce also, that on Salesforce, if you want to access Salesforce, you do not have to bother about installing the software in your home, in your office, nowhere. You just have to hit the URL, and with the help of that URL, you will be able to access all the offerings of the Salesforce.com. Fine. Now, it is also on-demand CRM. Okay, what is the meaning of on-demand CRM? Understand it like this. Let's say here is a pizza which you have, and let's say in this case, you're not hungry. Okay, you are not hungry. Let's say again the example of, let's say John. John has gone to some pizza shop, let's say Domino's, and he is not, interested in having one full pizza. Okay, in this case, what he did, he went to the shopkeeper. He said that I am just, going to have one slice of pizza, and in this case, just give me one pizza. And the Domino's guy, he did not agree with John, and he said, no, boss, that is not possible. We are going to give you whole pizza. If you want to have one slice, you can have one slice. If you want to have three slice, you can have three slice. But you will have to pay for the entire pizza. Now, here's the problem. If you have to pay for entire pizza and you are not hungry enough, then in that case, these two slices or these two slices which you have purchased, they are just getting wasted. Yes or no? So Salesforce says that though I have got various things, various softwares, various applications in my bag, but you do not have to bother about paying for each and everything, whatever I have in my system. Okay, whatever I have in my bag, you just pay for what you want. Okay, so you will have to pay based on your demand. If you have the demand of, let's say, one slice of pizza, just pay for one. Don't pay for the rest of the two. That's it. Okay, so if I just want to use one particular application of Salesforce, I will only pay for one particular app of Salesforce. Okay, so let me see if there are any questions. So there is a question: if the salaries are explained with respect to Indian conditions, it makes more sense for the newbies. Just my suggestion, sir. Received it on YouTube. Fine. Okay, so see here, the salary for the newbies in India will range from I believe, the package of 5 lakhs per annum to 10 lakhs per annum. Again, depends upon the skill which you hold. Okay, depends upon how fluent you are with your skills, how much hold you have on your skills. Okay, so if you are a decent admin or developer, you can expect anywhere in between this much. Okay, fine. So this is about on cloud and on demand. Now another thing about the cloud computing is that it is on demand, broad network access. You can access from anywhere. You don't have to bother about keeping your systems along with you. Multi-tenancy and resource pooling. It allows a multi-tenancy. What is the meaning of multi-tenancy? I will tell you shortly. You can scale it. Let's say in future, let's say if you are interested in some other app, initially you were using one app called as a sales app, but now after some time you are using an app called as service app. You want to use this one also. What you can do, you can just tell them that you want additional access for the service app also. Just pay extra for that and you will be able to access that as well. In future, if you want to reduce it, again, you can do that. So that flexibility Salesforce gives you. And metered uses are measured and customers pay for what they use. Again, the same thing. Okay. So this is about the cloud computing. It is also a multi-tenanted environment where there are multi-tenants. What is the meaning of multi-tenant? See here. First thing first, if you see this particular building, in this building, there are multiple guys who are living, right? There are multiple flats, and there are multiple guys are living in this particular flat, in this particular apartment. Now they must be having let's say a swimming pool. They must be having a water tank. They must be having a garden, etc., etc. Now, all these guys, let's say if I say that in this particular apartment, there are 20 members who are living, then all these 20 members are subjected to the same shared resources. The same garden is going to be used by every other person who is present in this particular building, right? The same swimming pool, the same water tank. So basically, the resources are being shared, and same is the case with Salesforce also. So Salesforce says that if I have, let's say, I'm just, telling you in the layman terms, let's say if I have something which is of 10 units, then those 10 units are going to be used with every person who has paid for the same. Okay, it is going to be used with every person who has paid for the same, and the resources which I have, they are going to be shared in nature. So multiple tenants are there of this Salesforce architecture, and multiple guys will be using the same. Fine. Okay, so there is a question which says, pizza slices on demand, does this represent different Salesforce product with sales, marketing, etc.? That's right. That's right. That's right. Let's say if you are just interested in sales application, why you have to pay for service application? Or similarly, let's say now in the sales application, there is one application called as sales. Okay. Now in the sales application, let's say sales applications, Salesforce have. Now in your company, only there are 4 members who are going to use this application. So Salesforce says that you pay only for 4 guys, only for these 4 licenses. You don't have to pay for, other guys, because you have only 4 employees who are going to use this particular application. So based on the application and based on the number of users which you have, you are supposed to pay. I hope it is clear. Right? Fine. Now this is done. And after that, now let me tell you about cloud computing models. Now see here, basically we have got 3 cloud computing models. Every software which is present in the system right now, in the current market right now, if it is following the cloud computing, now you already know what is the meaning of cloud computing, that your software is hosted on the website, right? It is hosted on the internet. Now if there are a couple of companies who are using a cloud computing, please note they are only going to have either one of these 3 or all these 3. They are nothing but software as a service, platform as a service, and infra as a service. Fine. Now, what is the meaning of all these things? If I have to explain you in the simple layman terms, it is like, let's say we have a person called, let's say, Sai. Okay. Now, let's say Sai goes to a restaurant, and in the restaurant, he sees the menu, and after seeing the menu, he found that the restaurant guys have 2 kind of food. Let's say one is Italian, one is Mexican, and he says after seeing the menu that, okay, I am fine with the Italian food. Give me some pasta, and bring some pasta for me. After that, what happened? The waiter came. He went to the kitchen. He cooked the food for him, and after that, he brought the dish for Sai. Sai just ate the dish. He had he just filled his tummy. After that, he paid to the customer and he went off. Now in this transaction, if you notice, Sai paid for a ready-made dish. Yes or no? He paid for a ready-made dish. He just used the service, whatever was ready, and based on that, he paid the amount. In a similar way, if there is some software which is ready-made in Salesforce, for example, a software like Sales Cloud, application like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, etc. If you are using a ready-made application and you are paying for that, it means that is nothing but an example of software as a service. And that is nothing but an example of software as a service, because in this case, you are paying for a ready-made application. Okay, you are paying for a ready-made application. Now, scenario number 2, which is called as PaaS. That is nothing but a platform as a service. Now, when I say platform as a service, it means that, let's say now Sai went to the same restaurant again. Again, waiter brought the menu card for him. He saw the menu, and after that, he got to know that they have only Italian food, they have the Mexican food, but now this time, this guy is not interested in any kind of Italian or Mexican food. So he said that, do you guys have anything in Indian cuisine? You have anything Indian, any dish which is Indian? And to that, the waiter said, sir, we do not have the Indian cook available today. Therefore, you will not be able to get that. However, we have one offer for you. After that, he just asked that, okay, what is the offer? And the waiter, to this question, waiter responded that, see, what we can do is you can use our kitchen, you can use our platform, you can use our groceries, you can use our spices. And by using those things, if you have the skill to cook the food, you can cook the food for yourself. And that food, that Indian food you can have, just pay us half of the amount for a dish. So if you are having something Indian, just pay half of the price because you are using our platform, you are using our infra, you are using our service, and just pay this amount to us and you can use the platform. In a similar way, Salesforce says that whatever the ready-made applications which I have given you, if you are not comfortable with that, or if that does not solve your problem, if that does not give you solution, then in that case, you can use my platform. If you have the coding skill, with the help of those coding skills, those customization skills, you can build your own customized application. Okay, you can build your own customized application, and that falls into the category of platform as a service. It means in one case, Salesforce gave the ready-made software itself to the user. In the second case, Salesforce is giving the platform to the user. Use my platform, build the application by your own based on your own need. Just pay me the platform cost. Simple. Okay. So this is nothing but a platform as a service. Third thing is ES, which is infra as a service. Now let me tell you, Salesforce do not offer infra as a service, but still I will tell you what is the meaning of infra as a service. Infra as a service is nothing but you have no kitchen, you have no restaurant, you have no platforms, you have nothing. You just have a barren land. And in that land, you are going to make the hotel first, you are going to make the infra first, then you are going to make the kitchen, then you are going to get the groceries, then you are going to cook the food. If this is the process, all those technologies which follow this, they are nothing but the example of EAS, that is nothing but a infra as a service. I hope it is clear to all of you, right? Now, so the same thing we have discussed here, nothing new. Then Salesforce 360, Salesforce is going to provide you a 360 kind of solution where you are going to have various apps, as I was telling you, sales app, service app, marketing app, commerce app, right? You can use the platform, you can do the integration, you can do the reporting, analytics, etc. You can use the Trailhead, you can become a partner, so on and so forth. So basically, Salesforce is going to offer you a 360-degree kind of solution where for everyone there is something. Okay, for everyone there is something. If you are some finance professional, we have something called as a finance cloud. If you are someone who's who's running the hospital and you want to use Salesforce in your system, in your hospital, we have something called as a health cloud. Likewise, if you are someone who's running the sales business, who are into sales, who are manufacturing the things, who are selling the cars, who are selling anything else, you guys can use the sales cloud. Service cloud is meant for call center industry, etc. So likewise, we have got various applications, and Salesforce have a 360 kind of approach. Then again, the same thing, nothing new here. Fine. So now, what is a CRM, guys? See, before explaining what is a CRM, let me tell you why we need a CRM, right? Let's say I'm sharing an Excel sheet in front of you. I hope you guys are able to see this. Now see here, let's say all of us have used a certain laptop, right? So let's say there is one company called HP, and for HP, HP sells a laptop, right? So HP sells a laptop, HP sells other, computer related items, whether it is printer or whether it is, some other tools. So similarly, what HP has done is HP is sending the laptops to various customers, okay, various companies. For example, HP has sent the laptops. HP has sold the laptop to Microsoft, to Apple, to Motorola, to Kia Motors, to BMW. Mercedes, Yamaha, Suzuki, etc. Now, in this case, if you notice, for HP, all these companies which I'm showing you right now, all these big small companies, they are nothing but the account, right? They are nothing but the account, or if you say, or in the layman terms, we can say that they are nothing but the customers of HP. Yes or no? Now, in Salesforce, when we consider a term of customer, they are represented by a word called as account. They are nothing but the accounts for HP. They are nothing but the accounts for HP. Now, similarly, for every organization, let's say if we have sold certain laptop to in Microsoft, then there will be certain guys who will be using those laptops, right? Let's say in HP, in Microsoft, there is one person called Peter who's using the laptop. Likewise, there is another person, let's say called as Priya. She is also using the laptop. Likewise, in BMW, there is another person called, let's say, Tony. Now, all these guys who are who are associated with the account, they are nothing but the contacts. So I have introduced two terms here. Please note, every company, it could be a company or it could be, it could be B2B, it could be B2C. Now, it could be like, a company or it could be individual. Now, in every company, let's say HP is doing a B2B business. In this case, all these companies are nothing but the accounts of HP. They are nothing but the accounts of HP. And all the people who are associated with these accounts, they are nothing but the contacts of these particular accounts, right? They are nothing but the contacts. Now, just imagine that right now I have a scenario where I have got certain accounts and likewise there are certain contacts as well. For example, Obama is belonging to the account called Microsoft. John is also from Microsoft. Parth is also from Microsoft. All these guys are using the HP laptops, right? Now, so far I can save this data inside Excel. And if somebody asks me that, okay, tell me what all contacts Microsoft has, or what are the respective contacts of Microsoft account, I can simply go ahead and I can check it. But the problem will arise when I have got a data. Just give me 1 minute. And let me just create few more accounts here. Likewise, few more contacts here. And come down. And now see. Now, if somebody asks me that, tell me how many accounts are there, how many records I have for Mercedes, what is the address, and like at the same time, how many contacts are there who are belonging to certain account, let's say Microsoft. Now, in this case, if I have got 1 lakh customer, just imagine how difficult it is going to be for me to get this data. Yes or no? It is going to be very difficult. So therefore, Salesforce says, therefore, to handle this kind of data, a large amount of data and their relationships, because in this case, account has a relationship with contact. Likewise, there can be other tabs as well. Yes or no? There can be other, tabs as well here, which I can create by using this, and they may have a relation between each other. If I want to find out a data like this, which has a relationship between each other, then in that case, it is going to be, it is going to be bizarre for me. It is going to be a nightmare for me, right? That I will have to go, I will have to control F for each and every data, and I will have to find out, acha, which guys, from Microsoft, which guys from BMW, which guys from, Kia Motors, right? I will just lose my sleep. So in order to handle a large amount of data, which are needed for maintaining the relationship with a customer, is nothing but a CRM tool. This is the very reason why we need a CRM, so that we can manage our relationship, we can manage our relationship with a customer. So CRM stands for a customer relationship management tool. Okay, CRM is nothing but customer relationship management tool, which is used for handling a large amount of data, because in a real time, we will have a 10 lakh customer, we may have 50 lakhs customer. And if we want to have a data of those customers, for example, when you call, let's say, your network, your mobile phone has got some issue, you are not able to make calls, you are using Vodafone, or you are using, let's say, Airtel. In that case, what you do, you just simply call the customer care guys, right? And you will say that your internet has a problem, or you will say that your let's say your phone connectivity has a problem. What they will do, they will just ask for your mobile number. Let's say this is your mobile number, and after asking the mobile number, as soon as they enter that, immediately a page will open in front of them, where every data which is there, which is relevant to you, will be displayed to them. They will ask for the verification, and after that, they will take your complaint, they will resolve your issue. How does this happen? This happens because they are using a CRM tool at their disposal. Okay, they have the CRM tool at their disposal, and that's the very reason why they are able to handle this large amount of data. Because in a day of a call center guy, they must be getting at least 1,000 calls, if not more, right? So this is nothing but a use of CRM. Now, in order to handle this kind of service request, or this kind of customer care related thing, Salesforce says, I am going to give you a ready-made software called as Service Cloud. For handling all the sales related things, I am going to give you a ready-made cloud called as Sales Cloud. Okay, this is nothing but a Sales Cloud and a Service Cloud. Now let's move forward and let us talk about, so CRM is done. Now, Salesforce is one such CRM which offers you multi-tenancy, which is on demand in nature, and which also, you have to just pay for what you use. Then next comes type of environments. Now, what is the meaning of this? Now, see here, guys, let's say there is a bank. Okay, there is a bank, and let's say bank's name is Bank of America. Fine. Now, Bank of America has got, let's say, 10 lakh customers. I'm just giving one random number, and all guys are using the same system. All guys are using the same system. Now, in this case, the environment which Bank of America is using, the org or the system which Bank of America is using, that is nothing but a production org, okay, or also called as a prod org. Okay, this is nothing but a production. And let's say if in the Bank of America there is certain, the application which they are using, this is getting a real-time data. So every customer, if there is a person called John, Peter, Andrew, all their data is present in this particular system, in this particular org, which is of prod type. But just imagine that if there is some person, some rookie has come, who's a fresher, just a college pass out. He came and he was doing something. He made some changes on this particular application with the help of code or with the help of some config related stuff. He made some change thinking that whatever he has done, that is right. Okay. But at the end of the day, we realize that he has modified the interest rate for the savings bank account, which was initially 4%. He has made it 40%. Accidentally, he has added one more zero. Now, don't you think it's a big problem? Yes or no? It's a big problem, because in this case, bank is going to incur a huge loss. And if bank incurs a huge loss, this guy is going to lose his job. Yes or no? Therefore, Salesforce says, in order to avoid this kind of things, or in order to avoid this kind of problem, I am not going to give you the direct access of the prod. Okay. So therefore, before the prod, I am going to give you certain other layers of environment. For example, here is the environment, or let's call org, where the developer is going to make the change. Let's say he first tested that what will happen if he changes something for interest rate. He changed that. Likewise, he can make some other coding related change also. He can make some configuration related change also. But just to simplify it, I'm saying that he changed the interest rate. If he changed the interest rate here and he realized that from 4, it has become accidentally 40, he will get to know that at the first plate itself. first place itself. Yes or no? So he can rectify it here. Even if he has not been able to rectify it here, then we have something called as sandboxes. And these sandboxes are nothing but a replica of the production org, but it will not have the real data. It will just have a dummy data, right? Because being a customer, your securing your data is a bank's responsibility. Yes or no? If somebody gets to know that someone has a crore rupees in the bank account, let's say who's a billionaire, then there's a fair possibility that his or her life may be in danger. Because if someone gets to know that, it will be a real problem. Therefore, the real data is not present in the sandbox one. Then still this person has a chance to rectify this mistake. Again, there will be another sandbox in between. And after that only, there will be a real prod. And likewise, we have something called the pre-prod also. And let me tell you, in each and every step, we verify the change, whatever has happened. We verify that whether the functionality is working fine or not. We have someone called as some profile called as a software tester. And the software tester, the only job for a software tester is to find an error in the application. Okay, and that's the very reason why the developers and the testers will have the tussle in between, because whatever the developers develop, more often than not, testers will find out the bug in that, right? So they will have to rework, they will have to fix the issue, but that's how your application, your final application is going to be a refined version, right? So therefore, Salesforce says if you want to access the developer edition, this is the URL, login.salesforce.com. If you want to access the sandboxes or the pre-prod, this is the URL. And if you want to access the production environment, then this is the URL. Mind you, since the developer edition is going to be used by a developer, and this also acts like a production only, therefore the website for developer edition and the prod, they both are same. Fine. Now, after that, let me move to the next topic, which is nothing but a demo. So I will quickly show you how do we create a new developer org, how do we access that, how to access the Trailhead, etc. Now see here, I'm going to go to a website called as, let me just come here, click on developer edition sign up. Now this is the website, or this is the URL which you guys are supposed to use in order to create your developer org. Okay. Now, when I do this, immediately I'm going to get a developer org, or the place. This is a place basically where we can do all the trial and run. We can write our code, we can test our code, so on and so forth, right? So let me come here. Let me write a name here. So let's say I'm giving Associate Bootcamp, and I'm giving certain mail ID. So let me just use some mail ID. Just give me 1 minute. Fine. So I have given the mail ID here. Now come down. Job role. As of now, I'm selecting as an administrator. Click on this. Company. I'm giving, let's say, this. Country and region. So just select based on your geography. I'm giving some random pin code. And after that, now comes the username. Now, guys, please note that username is something which has to be always in the form of email address. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this particular email address and I will paste it here. So I have pasted the email address. Now click on I agree, click on sign me up. It will take some time. And after that, it is going to send me an email on my registered mail ID. When I go there and I just click the password, if I just go ahead and do all the necessary stuff, I will get my Salesforce developer org. Let me pause my screen for a while and let me see if I have got the mail. Sometimes Salesforce takes some time to generate the email. We cannot do anything except waiting for it. So let's wait. Or let me do one thing. Till the time it does not, does not come, I will show you the existing org so that you will get to know what exactly it is, right? Just give me 1 minute. Let me come to login.salesforce.com. Let me click on login. Now see here, this particular place is called as org. Okay, this is nothing but a Salesforce org. And a Salesforce org is the place where whether you are admin, whether you are developer, whether you are consultant, everyone is going to work in this particular place only. This is called as Salesforce org, also called as Salesforce organization, right? Now see here, the Salesforce org which we have, it has got various things. It has got various, for example, I was telling about various applications, right? See here, click on this particular 9 dots, which is called as app launcher. Just click on this one and click on view all. Now, as soon as I click on view all, I am going to get to see all the applications which I have in my system by default. Did I create these applications? Answer is no. Even when I get the mail, I will show you that all applications will come for you also by default. Okay, these are nothing but the standard application. Also, these are called as a vanilla application, right? So this term comes from the vanilla ice cream, like how we have the vanilla ice cream, which is plain, which is standard. In a similar way, the standard applications are the plain applications which are coming by default. Now, let's say if somebody says that they are not interested in a vanilla flavor of ice cream and they are interested in, let's say, chocolate, what the ice cream making guy will do? He will just add the chocolate flavor in the vanilla ice cream, and your chocolate ice cream will be ready, right? That's how is the case with the Salesforce standard as well as the customized application as well. If you're not happy with the ready-made applications which Salesforce is giving you as a part of SaaS, what you can do is you can just go ahead and use the Salesforce platform, and you can make your brand new application. Okay, everything you can, if you want, you can use the existing features also. If you do not want, you can make everything right from a scratch. That is also possible. Now see here, if I click on sales application, which is here, click on sales. And once you click on sales, you will find that I am getting certain tabs, right? I'm getting certain tabs. Now see here, guys, as far as these tabs are concerned, understand it like this, that if I had this particular Excel sheet where I have one account tab, one contact tab, this data, this data is going to be stored in a place called as an object. This data is going to be stored in a place called as object, and every object, whether it is account, whether it is contact, it is same like having a table. It is same like having a table. If you notice here, this whole data is in the form of table. Yes or no? This whole data is in the form of table. And Salesforce says that for whole thing, you can store this same data in the object. So you can store the same data in the object, and object is equivalent to table. So how, if you guys, those of you who have done certain kind of, who have written SQL query or PL/SQL query, you guys might be knowing that the data resides in the form of table, right? So Salesforce is going to store all this data in the object in the form of table, where every row which you are seeing right now, every row is going to be one record for Salesforce. So row is the equivalent of records, and field is the equivalent of, my bad, column is equivalent of field in Salesforce. Now, what are these things? We are going to see in the great detail in the tomorrow session. But for a time being, understand it like this, that as your table is nothing but a collection of rows and columns, right? In a similar way, your object is nothing but a collection of records and fields. Okay, let me just correct it. I think I have written it in the wrong way. Object, record, field, and objects equivalent is table. Record is nothing but a rows of a table, and field is nothing but a column of a table. Okay, this is nothing but a structure in which Salesforce stores a data. Fine. So when I go to this particular account object, if I just click on accounts here, let me click on all accounts. See here, all these data, all these accounts which you are seeing right now, they are nothing but the records of the table. Okay. If I click on any particular record, you will find that they are having various fields. Every field is having a data. And just to give you more clarity, what I'm going to do is I am going to show you the background in which this particular data is going to be displayed. So just let me go here and let me write one statement. See here. Now, I am getting a data of my account object, account table. Can't you see? This is nothing but a table, right? Table, what table has? Table has rows, which are being displayed here. And at the same time, it has a columns as well. So it means every data which Salesforce is storing here in this particular objects, whether it is accounts, whether it is contact, whether it is lead, task, file, etc. Every data is underlying thing is nothing but a table. It is being stored in the form of table as I am showing you here. So this is nothing but a table. Now, all these tabs which you are seeing, they are representing one object. They are representing one object. So these tabs are nothing but an entry point. For example, let's say if you want to go inside a home, this is your home. And if you want to, inside your home, there is a bedroom, there is a kitchen, there is a bedroom. If I want to go to, let's say, kitchen, then in that case, I will have to first come through the entry point, right? Which is the entry of the home. Yes or no? Which is the entry of the home. Similarly, if I want to create any record in these objects, I will have to click on the tabs. These tabs are nothing but the entry point. These tabs are nothing but the entry points. I hope it is clear to all of you, right? Now let me see if I have got the mail. Now I have got the mail. I will show you how exactly we can use this mail to create our account. So let me just click on this one, click on verify account. It will ask me to change a password. So let me type some password here. Let me write certain security question. And now I have changed the password. And let me reshare my screen to you. See here, this is my brand new org, which I have created just now with the credentials. For example, if I just click on this one, you can see Associate Bootcamp SID. This is the same thing which I have given in the first name and last name. This brand new org is created in front of me, and it is going to have the same data. When I click on the app launcher, when I click on the view all, you are going to see all the ready-made applications, right? Did we create it? Answer is no. All these applications are coming by default because Salesforce is giving you all these things as a software as a service, right? Now, if I want to modify this, if I want to create something by my own, I can always use Salesforce platform to write a code. And that can also, with that also, I can achieve my requirement. Now, next thing, it says how to sign up for this, log into Salesforce org, done, access Trailhead and link dev org. Now, see here, in Salesforce, as I was telling you, that Salesforce is going to give you something called as a Trailhead. Now, what is a Trailhead? It's a repository of knowledge, and that too, when you go to this particular repository, you are going to get, so many things, not only just the knowledge, but also the quizzes. You can do the hands-on, you can go ahead and, you can get certain points. And from here, you can connect with multiple people. And the website for the same is trailhead.salesforce.com. Just come here and here, just click on get started for free. Now it will ask you that how do you want to sign up? You can use any one of these mechanisms, whether it is your Gmail account, whether it is your LinkedIn profile or Apple account, Facebook account, or simple email. I am going to use my Salesforce account because just now I have created a Salesforce account, or I can also use my Gmail. Let me see if I will click on this, whether it is allowing me to sign in or not. So this is my email ID. I will just click on this one and let it load. And you can see it has allowed me to get inside Trailhead. It is saying me that, okay, tell me what should be your name, what should be your last name. I'm staying with the defaults, click on next. Then it will ask you your company name. Let's say I'm giving saasguru here, job title. I'm staying with defaults, not selecting anything. Choose something here. Let's say this is for associate bootcamp. So I'm choosing as administrator. A relationship to Salesforce. Let's say I'm saying partner. Country, let's say India. And state, let's say any random state. Come down, click on agree, click on done. Let it load. Done. Now see here, this particular page is a Trailhead page. Okay. From here, you can get to see, for example, I was talking about Trailhead and Trailblazer community, right? If you just open this particular link, you will find that it is going to show you certain information that how exactly you can start with the Trailhead, what all things you are going to do, what all things you are going to find out with the help of these Trailblazer communities. So it seems like, if you have got certain doubts in Trailhead in your job, you can always reach out to Trailhead community. And there are many guys who are ready to offer the help, who are always ready to help you out. So Trailblazer community is quite big, and we have the solution for almost each and everything. And there is plenty of help which is available in Salesforce, right? Now, apart from that, if I just close this one, let me come back. See here, in Trailhead, you are going to see various things. For example, the structure is like this. We have various trail mixes, which has various trails. And in every trail, there are multiple modules. So for example, you are interested in the associate exam, or let's say admin exam, or anything for that matter. What you have to do is just you have to search for associate exam trail mix. There will be certain modules. You have to just complete them. Our team will also be sharing some of the modules with you. You just have to complete them, practice those things on Trailhead on saasguru platform. And after that, you are good to go ahead and do the certification. So that's how it is. I will show you some more things. For example, let me come down. Now see here, this is a brand new org and it is telling me that, okay, for you, we are recommending these many things, okay? And these many modules you have to complete. And if you complete them, it is going to give you more knowledge. For example, if you just click on data management, or let's say data modeling, because we are going to cover data modeling tomorrow. If I just click on this one, and if I come here, see, it will tell you that what all things you have. These are nothing but the various modules, okay? We are going to talk about custom and standard objects. What is the relationship between the different objects? What is the schema builder? If you just click on this one, you are going to get certain more data. For example, see here, the Excel sheet which I was showing you, a similar kind of Excel sheet is here also. And here also we are going to talk about objects, that the whole data which is being displayed here in the Excel sheet can be stored in the object, right? These records are nothing but the rows of the object, and the columns are nothing but the fields of the object, right? Now, similarly, whole thing will be mentioned to you. And once you complete these, then you will get certain points. So once you complete the challenge, you will be able to get 500 points. Okay. Now, Salesforce says that I am not only going to give you a data or the information, not just the information. Along with the information, I am also going to give you a mechanism by which you can practice whatever you are learning. Okay. And for that, Salesforce says, first thing is I'm going to give you a free org, which we have created just now. And along with these orgs, you can also launch a playground, okay, where you are just going to do all these exercises. Just play around it. And for that, Salesforce says, create a playground and just launch it. As soon as I click on the launch button, immediately a new org will be displayed for me where I can go ahead. I can do all the changes. It says create a custom object called as offer, then create a record name, give all these things, create a field. And after that, once done, just click on check challenge for earning 500 points. So you are not only getting the information, but also you are getting to practice that. Once done, then you will get certain points as well, which you can display, which you can tell to the interviewers as well, right? So let's say if you went for certain interview and you have accumulated, let's say 50,000 points or 10,000 points or 20,000 points, then that is going to give the impression to the interviewer that you are working. It is same like when a college guy, he's pass out from a college and he has no knowledge, his chances of getting the job is very less, right? But if he has done certain kind of internship, he can always go ahead and show that internship, and based on that, he will land up in a job, right? In a similar way, these points are going to tell you that, okay, this guy has some knowledge in the Salesforce ecosystem. He has practiced something, and this is the indicator that you are learning, you are progressing, right? So every time you do something, your points will increase. So this is about the earning the points. This is about the trailheads. Then comes how to complete a sample trailhead project. I have already shown you with the help of Trailhead. With the help of playgrounds. Then how to access saasguru and ways of working in saasguru. I think Pankaj has already explained it in great details, so not going into this one again. And let us talk about navigation in Salesforce, right? Now, this whole application which you are seeing right now on the screen, this whole application, just give me 1 minute. Let me go to the fresh application which I have created just now, this one. Now, this whole application is getting a lot many things, right? If I just click on this one, I'm getting certain data, certain apps. If I just click on, let's say, a sales application, which is here. Now, in sales also, I'm getting various tabs, various objects, so on and so forth, right? See here. Now, it is difficult to understand how exactly, for a newbie, it is very difficult to understand what exactly these things are. So therefore, let us talk about a navigation first, okay? Now, first thing first, as I was telling you, these 9 dots are the place from where you are going to see the application, okay? From where you are going to see the application. Now, let's say you are someone who is belonging to sales industry and your company is selling, let's say, mobile phones, and you are working for, let's say, a company called Oppo, or let's say you are working for iPhone. Now, in this case, your main job is to sell the product to your customers, to your business customers. It can be B2B, it can be B2C, but all are there in the account tab. Now, likewise, they will have certain contacts as well. So you need to see the contacts also. You need to see the opportunities also. But you do not have to bother about what happens, what if something goes wrong with their phones, if their phones stopped working, if their phones are not, able to, if the sound has gone wrong, or if, something is wrong with the phone, you don't have to bother about that, because that is a job of call center team or the service team. Yes or no? Now, Salesforce says that since I am giving you a different kind of application, some people may need to work on sales application, some people may need to work on service application, some people may need to work on both. Like, so, right? So in this case, if you want to see what all applications are there available for you, you can just click on these 9 dots, which is an app launcher. This place is called as an app launcher. If you click on view all, you are going to see all the applications which are there for this particular user. Now, when I create a new account, by default, I become a system administrator. Okay. By default, I become a system administrator. If I can quickly show you here, if I just click on my profile, go to setting, let me right click here and come here, come to the classic mode, and After that, just come down, come and search for user here. And now come for this particular record, which I have created just now, right? I have created my account of developer or with this name, right? Associate Bootcamp, that was my first name, last name was Sid. If I click on this, you will find that by default, I am a system administrator here, right? And that's the very reason, very fact that why I'm able to see so many applications on this particular page. Because being a system administrator, I have the ability to see all the applications which are being used, right? Because if I'm not able to just imagine that something has gone wrong with the service application, and being a system administrator, I do not have the access to, let's say, this particular app. How am I going to fix it? Or how am I going to do a configuration in any kind of app which user wants me to do, right? So therefore, it is must to have the access for admin. And system admin is going to be a boss of the Salesforce org. He will have the access for almost everything in Salesforce org. Okay, he will have the access for everything. Now, let me show you. I have showed you the sales application earlier. Let me show you another application which is called as Sales Console. Now, both the applications are going to be used by a salesperson only, but they have a slight difference in them. Okay, I will show you quickly here. Let me open this one in new tab and this one also in new tab. Come to this one. This is a normal sales app which we have. So let's say if I want to go to account, which is referring to my table, if I click on, let's say, all accounts, and inside all accounts, I'm getting a data in the form of table. As or no, rows are there, columns are there, which means these are nothing but the records. These are nothing but the fields. Account name is a field, account type is a field, billing state is a field, so on and so forth. Now, see here, I'm going to click on Burlington. This is one of the account, a dummy account which Salesforce has given by default. I am getting to see each and every field and the respective data. What is the annual revenue for this particular account? It is this much, right? And now let's say I want to go to other account. From Burlington, I want to go to other account, and I want to now this time go to some account, let's say called as Dickinson account. Come here, click on this one. Again, I'm able to see the data, right? Now in this whole transaction, if you notice, some extra seconds have gone, right? For example, it has taken at least 10 seconds for me to navigate from one account to another. And Salesforce says that if this 10 seconds clubbed for multiple records, it may lead to a significant delay. It may create certain kind of time. It may take some more time for you. Therefore, I am going to give you a console where you can navigate just with a click. You don't have to spend 10 seconds for that. Let's say if I want to go to account, I will come to account here. Let's say all account. If I want to see Burlington, I'll click on this. One window has opened here itself. If I want to see Dickinson, I will click on this. Another window has opened here itself. If I want to go for edge communication, another window has opened here itself. If I want to navigate from one to another, I can simply do that without much time, without much time lag. Yes or no? So Salesforce says that I am going to give you a facility to create the application, not only one application, but two kind of application. One is a standard app like this, where you are going to see full data in one screen. Second one is going to be in the form of console app in the data, something like this. And this kind of console apps are very much used in the service industry. Okay, this is highly used in the call center industry. This is highly used in all the places where user has to navigate very quickly from one screen to another. Okay, so this is nothing but a console app. Likewise, there are various apps which we have in Salesforce. Similarly, service console, service app, etc., etc. Now these are nothing but the apps. Then in this screen, we are able to see some more data. For example, if I come here, I am getting one universal bar, right? One universal search bar. This is called as global search. Okay, this is called as global search. It is same like if I open my desktop, and if you guys are able to see my desktop, you will find that when I open my screen, when I just open my, Windows E, when this is my PC section. Now, when I open this, if I search something here in this particular search window, it is going to search my data, whatever I search here, in all the drives which I have in my system. Yes or no? It is going to search at every place. But if I go to any respective drive and if I search something there, then that data will be only searched within that drive. Yes or no? So, like how we have a global search here in case of my PC, in a similar way, here also we have something called as a global search. If let's say if I want to search for Burlington, I can simply search for Burlington from a global search bar itself. Automatically, it is going to show me this data. Even if I'm inside my home screen, and if I know that there is some account called as Burlington or Edge Communication, I just have to search for that here, and I will be able to land to that particular page directly. This is nothing but a global search, again a part of navigation. Then comes your favorite, right? Now let's say this is the account which is a high income account. This is the account which is giving you so much of revenue, and company wants that special care should be given to this particular account. Now in this case, if I do not want to search for the edge communication, again and again from a global search, or I do not want to, let's say, come to accounts every time and search for this name, what I can do is I can simply click on add favorite. When you click on add favorite, by default, this particular account or any other record for that matter will get saved here. For now, let's say if I'm under opportunities and inside some opportunities, if I just let me go to some opportunity, I'm inside this one, and let's say somebody called me, my account called me that there is something wrong with this particular account or something has to be changed for this account. I will just come here, click on this drop down, click on this one, and automatically you are going to land on this page. So by default, it is same like shortcut. How we have a shortcuts on my mobile phone, on your mobile phones, how we have the shortcuts in the system laptops. In a similar way, this is nothing but a shortcut. Fine. Second thing, Salesforce help. Okay, let me just navigate to this one. Okay, global actions. Now, global actions. Let's say if I want to create a new account, if I want to create a new lead, what I can do, I can simply click on this particular option, and from here, one window will open for me. I will just populate the necessary fields, and automatically it is going to create one record in that particular object for me. For example, if I want to create one record as, let's say, Peter, let's say Peter P, email ID. This is not mandatory, so I'm not giving it. It is not having any red symbol here, red asterisk mark, so I'm not giving anything. I will click on save. Once I do that, you will find that it says one contact has been created. If I come here, you will find that one record has been created to this particular table, to this particular object. If I click on contact, if I click on all contacts here, you will find one contact has been added just now. See here, Peter P, right? Who has created this? I have created this, right? Now, this is about this particular thing. Now, Salesforce Guidance Center. Now, this is the place from where we can get a guidance about a lot many things, how we can enable the multi-factor authentication, how to get started with the order management. Basically, it is going to take you to the Trailhead again. See here, if I just click on this one, and it is taking me to the Trailhead. This is the same place, right? Just click on this one and you will be back to the same place. So likewise, a guidance center is also there. Then is a Salesforce help. Now, in Salesforce, we have the facility to get the data or the get the information about so many things. For example, if I want to see how the sales process works in Salesforce, what I have to do is I can simply come here and I can search in Google sales process in Salesforce, and you can see immediately it is going to open certain documentations. And if you want to see more documents, see here, let me click on this one. Salesforce documentation. Click on this. See here, for everything, Salesforce has created documentation. Let it load. See here, you are going to get a lot of information. For example, somebody wants to, see how the Apex programming works. You just have to click on get started here. Automatically, it is going to take you to that particular page. Every data, every information you will get from a Salesforce help. So this is about Salesforce help. And then next thing is this gear icon. Now, this gear icon is very important. See, when I click on this, you get two setup option. Okay, so first let me click on this setup option. Click on setup for current app. Let this page load. And now see here, this particular section which has opened for you, this is the place from where admins are going to do their most of the job. Okay, this is the place from where admins are going to do their most of the job. And this place is called as a setup menu. This place is called as a setup menu. For example, if I want to see the company information, I will just search for company here. This box is called as a quick find box. I will search for company information. And as soon as I do that, immediately I am going to get the data of my entire org. So let me open this one. Come here and see now. It says that this org has been created by me. Here is the name, right? This is the developer edition. This is the ID of my org, how many licenses I have. Every data about my org is being displayed here. And for seeing that, I have to come to the setup option. Okay. Likewise, whatever the changes I want to do, let's say if I want to change I want to make some change related to the password, I just have to search for password, and everything which is relevant to password will appear here. For example, password policies. I can set up the password for my entire org for all the users. If you want to see what all users I have in the system, I will just search for users, and inside users, I am going to get the data of all the users which I have in this particular system. Okay. So likewise, this is the place which is called as setup, which is very important for all the administrators. Then comes the notification icon. In the notification icon, if you click, you are going to get all the notifications which are there, which are important for this particular org. Everything is coming here, you can see. And this is a notification. And likewise, we have one profile option also, from where you are going to get every data about your profile. For example, this is my profile. If I click on setting, I am going to see every information about my profile, right? Every information about the things which I have created. For example, here it says, this is my name, this is the last name, this was the mail ID, this was the number, etc., etc., right? So all these things can be displayed here, and everything is being displayed from this particular option. Now, another thing which I want to tell you here is that Salesforce offers two kind of UIs, okay? In Salesforce, there are two UIs. One is a Salesforce Lightning UI, and another one is a Salesforce Classic UI. Now, the Classic UI is an older version which Salesforce have declared to deprecate, but it is still running because some people are still using it. But yeah, sooner or later it is going to be deprecated for sure. I will quickly show you how exactly the Classic UI looks like. I have clicked on switch to Classic, and this is the Classic UI, which is an old day UI, and Salesforce has declared that it is going to go off. Okay, this is Classic. Now, apart from that, why we say that Lightning is the future, and why Salesforce is going to continue with the Lightning only? Because Lightning is based upon the modern day web standards. It follows the modern practices, and Lightning was based upon Visual Force pages, the old technologies. So therefore, Classic is, though they are going to show the same data, if I click on account, and if I come here, you can see these are the accounts. If I click on contacts, you will find these are the contacts. Data is going to remain same. Data will be reflected in both the places, but this is not something which is going to be used very widely. Most of the companies, I believe at least 80 to 90% companies are using Lightning now. Yes, there are still 10-20% companies which are still using Classic, but slowly and eventually they will also move from Classic to Lightning. So this is about your Salesforce Classic and Lightning. let me see what else is left. So navigation, we have seen this. We have learned about the application, app launcher, tabs, etc. Then how do we know, how can we navigate? I have already shown you about favorites. I have already shown you about all these things. Nothing new here. App launcher, we have discussed this. View all button, we have discussed. Navigating your Salesforce org search, global search, we have discussed this one. Nothing new here again. And then navigating your Salesforce org search, right? Okay, fine. See here, another thing. If I come here and if I click on setup, let me just go to setup once. And search for setup. Where is that? Here. This is in the lightning. Let me come to setup. Now in setup also you get two setups. Okay, one setup is for normal setup, another setup is meant for service setup. Okay, which is for only a service application, not for a sales. So I'm clicking on setup here, and after clicking on setup, now if you see, I am getting another search option. I'm getting another search option which says search in setup. The previous search which I was getting, this is a global search from where I can search for anything. For example, if I have created one record called as Peter P, right? If you remember, this Peter P is being displayed here. But if I search for same Peter in this one here, I will not get to see that record. See, am I getting? No. Why? Because in the setup, it is only going to search for the things which are meant for setup here. Okay. So global search and the setup search both are different. Now, let me tell you about object manager and all. So now guys, if you notice here, we have got various objects, right? This opportunity, lead, task, file, account, contact, etc. All these things are nothing but the objects, right? And they are nothing, if I have to tell you in the simple terms, they are nothing but the tables. Now, where are these objects? I mean, from where are all these objects are coming? If you want to see that, come to setup, which is here. Let me come here and paste that one. This is the latest profile which I have created, right? Yeah, see here. When I click on setup, I will get one option called as object manager. Okay, click on this one. When you click on this one, then it is going to display you various objects which we have. For example, I was telling you contact object, right? See here, contact is an object. There are a few more objects which are there, which are having the contact keyword in that. So they are also being displayed. If I click on this contact, and if I click on field and relationship, it is going to tell me every field, which means every column, which is present in this particular object. In other terms, it is going to show me every column which is present in this particular table. So as I told you that your object is same as your table, your fields are same as your column. So I can say that every field which is being displayed here in the contact object, this is representing that what all columns your contact object will have, right? What all fields your contact object will have. If I go to contact object here, and if I search for some fields, let me click on all contacts. Let me click on some contact record. Let's say Andy, click on detail, and see here, there is one field called as title. If I click on this title field, just let me copy this name, come here, let me search here, and see, there is one field called as title. Likewise, if I search here, let's say account name, okay? That field there present in the contact object? Let's see that. Come here, can you see account name? It means every field and every object you can find from the object manager. This is the place where we find it. Now, next thing is, if I come to home, you are going to see other data as well. For example, this is the old org. Let me come to the new one where it is here. See here. Now I am getting the info of most recently used records. So this associate bootcamp said this user record I have created just now, right? So this is being displayed here. If I go and if I create some new record in the account object, then that record will also get displayed here. So this section displays what all things are mostly used. what all things you have used recently, right? So this is another thing. Then there is one create button from where you can create the users, you can create custom objects, you can create custom tabs, which are nothing but the entry points. You can create the email templates, you can create multiple users at one go. All these things are present over here, right? Now, next thing, if I come down, and so this is nothing but your object manager. One more thing I'm going to tell you, but since I'm going to explain that in detail in the tomorrow's topic, so I'm just giving you an overview of that. Let's say if I am interested to see what kind of relationship, whether is there any kind of relationship between my two objects, let's say account object and contact object, basically basically my two tables. If I want to see that, I can come to the schema builder. Let's say I have clicked on that. Let me click on refresh. Okay, so this is not opening because I have opened it in incognito window. Let me do one thing. Let me open it for another browser. And let me come here and click for setup and let it load. Got loaded. Come to object manager. Click on schema builder. And now it has opened because it's not in the incognito mode anymore. Let me click on clear all. I'm searching for account object, which is nothing but a table, and contact. Okay, now if you notice in this Excel sheet, which I was displaying earlier, if you notice here, I have created various accounts. For every account, there is a contact, right? For example, this particular contact belongs to Microsoft account. It means there is a relationship between account and contact, yes or no? So therefore, if I want to see the relationships like this, the schema builder is the place. See here, it says, yes, there is a relationship. Can you see this wiring? It means that there is a relationship, and this relationship, there are many kind of relationship which we have in Salesforce between objects. So I will be telling them, I will be telling you about those relationships and all. But for a time being, just understand that the schema builder is the place where we can see the relationship between two different objects, right? So this is done. Now, after that, global search and all, I have already shown you, nothing new. Then app menu, I have already showed you, nothing new. Now comes the page layout. Now see this, every data which you are seeing here, everything, for example, if I click on this particular thing, now all this data, all this, the arrangements of the fields which you are seeing right now, they are coming because of the page layout. There is certain layout present here, right? Can you see? This particular thing is nothing but a page layout. This is one page layout. This is a part of one section. This is part of another section. So there is certain layout, certain arrangement present here. This thing is nothing but a example of page layout. If, for example, let's say right now I'm getting field here as other address, right? If I do not want this field, what I can do is I can simply click on edit object, and after that, click on page layouts here and come to contact layout. And now let it refresh. I think again it is in incognito mode. So let me go and open in the next org, which is here. For which object we want to search? For contact, right? So let me come to contact, come to edit objects again, and let it load. Okay, come to page layouts, come to contact layout, just drill down on this, click this one, and now see here, every data which we are going to see for the contact object, let me open this one. See all these fields, you will find it in the page layout. If I come here, see here, assistant phone, assistant email, fax, other phone, etc. All these things are present here. Can you see assistant phone, assistant email, fax, other phone, first policy taken, count of high coverage policy, etc. Let's say there is one field called as count of high coverage policy. If I remove it from here, if I click on save and let it save. Now, if I refresh it, this particular field, count of high coverage policy, will be gone. In Lightning, sometimes it takes some time to reflect the change, but let me refresh it and show you, is it gone or not? If we refresh it for 2-3 times, it will be gone. Sometimes it does not show the changes immediately in Lightning. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me show you here in the classic mode, which is here, and just come down. Let this record load. This was the contact. Click on this, come down, come down. Can you see that field? That field is gone, right? The HR, the high value field, that field is gone here. Why it has gone? Because we have removed it from the page layout. Let me go back to Lightning again and see if it is reflecting the change or not. Click on details and come here, and you can see that field is gone from here as well, right? So that's how your page layout works. Fine. Now, after that, page layout is done. List views, this particular data which you are seeing right now in the object, this is nothing but a list. Okay. This is not all these things which you are seeing. These are nothing but the list. And this is called as a list view because here the data is being represented in the form of a list. We have a columns, we have the records in that. And this is nothing but a list view. If I click on this, and if I click on this particular page or this particular view which you are finding right now, this is nothing but a detail view, right? So list view and detail view. Page layouts we have already discussed, nothing new here. Then custom buttons, custom links. Now all these buttons which you are seeing right now, these are the standard buttons which we have in Salesforce. But similarly, we can have our own custom buttons which will have a custom logics, which will do a job which we will configure behind the buttons. So these are nothing but the buttons, right? Likewise, we can create the links as well. For example, this is one link. Likewise, we can create a link in the detail page in the list view. That is also possible. And then hands-on experience, sales application and app launcher. I think I have already shown you, but I will show you again. This is app launcher and the current application. Let's say if you want to go to sales application, though I am already in sales application, if I want to go, I will just search for sales. I will select this one and immediately it is going to open the sales application for me. Now, sales application is going to be used by all those people who are into the sales business, right? Then you can see on the home page, I'm getting to see several data. For example, there is one section called as a link. If I click on this, immediately it is going to open Google for me. See here. And for this, I have not done even a single line of code, okay? This is just a point and click tool. So without a coding also, you can do a lot many things in Salesforce, and that's what makes Salesforce a very easy CRM tool. Then I am displaying a data of certain object, my today's events, my today's task, what all the recent records to which I have navigated to, they are also being displayed right on the home page, and then the recent items. Now, this is another thing. Tabs, I have already displayed you. All these things are nothing but the tabs. And review the list view on the account object. If I go to account, and if I click on any list, there are various lists which we have, all account, my account, etc. If I click on all account, I'm going to get every record which is present in this particular table, in this particular object, right? See here, all these are nothing but the various records of the account object. Then existing record, let's say if I want to open the edge communication, I will just click on this one. And this is the edge communication account with all the details. From which company, what is the employee count, what is the account name, what is the account number, so on and so forth. All the data is present over here. Then also it will tell me who has created this record, right? That is also present, the number of locations, so on and so forth. Then a related list. Now, as I was telling you that there can be relationship between two different objects. There can be a relationship between two different tables, as I have already shown you here. There was a relationship between account and contact, and I have already shown you in the schema builder also. All those related contacts will be displayed in the related list section. There is one section called as a related list. Inside that, let's say if there is a relationship between account object and the contact object. And for this particular account, there are, let's say, 2 contacts which are associated. So in the related section, you will be able to see all those 2 contacts over here. See here, let's say if I go to this particular contact, if I open this contact, and let me just click on this one, you will find that for this particular contact, which is seen Forbes, you can see this contact is associated to Edge Communications. Same like how in this case, this person Obama or this person John or this person Parth, they are associated to Microsoft account. Now just imagine that, if there are 1 lakh contacts and 1 lakh accounts, if you want to search that, how difficult it would be for you, right? If you do not have a CRM. With the help of CRM, you just have to click on that. You just have to click on the account name. You just have to come to the related tab, click on that person's name. Immediately that particular account will open for you. That particular contact will open for you. And you will be able to see all the associated contacts, all the associated opportunities, all the cases which this person has raised, everything will be displayed to you. So this is the power of CRM tool. And apart from that, create a new record in the account object. Let's say if I want to create a new record, what I can do, I have got a couple of ways. I can click on this one. I can click on new account option. Just click on new account. It will ask you certain values. For example, what should be the account name? Let's say account for associate team. And is there any other field with a red sign like this? If yes, they have to be populated. They must have certain value. If no, we can just save the record. Click on save, record got saved, and you will be able to see that the record which I created just now is being displayed here, right? Another way is I can click on the tab, and here I'm going to get one new button. If I click on this button, again, the same page is going to open for you, by using which you can create a new record. If you notice, the new record which I have created just now is being displayed over here.